chop all these siege tanks now. Those drones really desperately trying to run for their lives. There's Wednesday Night
vVv Gaming, and feels like he's one game away from getting $100 on this Wednesday evening. A pretty good take.
Yeah, so RuFF versus Zog, the final game of Wednesday Night Starcraft. Will RuFF be able to defend his title with the true all-kill, I believe, a first for Wednesday Night Starcraft, or will Zog be able to knock him down a notch as the newest member of vVv Gaming, as Zog spawning as the blue Zerg player on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, RuFF all the way across on the far side of the map is going to be the red Terran. So as a Zerg player, Matron, I believe you're Zerg, hopefully you're Zerg, what do you make of these spawning distances?
Well, I mean, it definitely is good for Zog. It's going to give him a lot of distance between his Terran opponent and himself. He's going to have to expand sort of towards his opponent, but if you get good creep spread, you can definitely defend all the different bases here, and I imagine he's going to be getting up that natural, as most Zergs do here, and RuFF being so far away, going to have a difficult time pressuring him. If RuFF does go for Hellions again, they're going to be easily spotted by any Zergling scout or those towers, and Zog going to have a little bit of an opportunity to react to those. So I think these are good starting positions for Zog. We'll see what his tier 2 tech of choice is in this matchup if he's able to get up to it, but I expect a macro game coming, and it looks like RuFF going for a bit of a wall off here, preparing perhaps for an expansion.
Yeah, I believe Zog accidentally heard through the game channels that it is going to be cross spawns, and Zog, being the honorable player that he is, let RuFF know that he did in fact hear that, as you now see a drone simply making its way across the map, and will be able to quickly come inside the base, take a look around, and see that there is going to be a wall off. So this looks like it may be a macro game, and I don't remember the last time I saw a straight up macro game coming in from RuFF, so I am very, very much looking forward to this matchup and what exactly RuFF has in store if he builds a command center, say, within the first 8 minutes of this game.
Yeah, I don't know about expanding, whether that's really RuFF's style. He likes that one basiness, the multiple production buildings, and only expand after he's pretty much won the game with his one base timing push. It looks like we still have the overlay up from before, so not sure if you want to take that down. But we are on cross positions. We'll catch everybody up with the action once that's taken down here. Zog getting up is an expansion at this point, and RuFF will be scouting it. As we mentioned, both players know exactly where the other person is, and it looks like a bunker going down here for RuFF, and that's going to be out of the vision. No, it looks like Zog does see that.
Yeah, so RuFF now trying to build up this bunker here, and SCV should be coming over, trying to get some damage. It should perhaps be attacking the SCV and not the bunker itself. The bunker has a lot more hit points. That SCV really the squishiest part of this building here, as the drones now finally make their way over. It looks like that bunker is going to take a lot of damage, and is it going to get canceled is the key question, and it looks like it is not going to get canceled, and RuFF may try to actually salvage this in time. SCV is desperately trying to repair, but the drones will be able to take it down, and RuFF is saying WTF, that must have been a hack, as Reapers are now coming in to join in on the fight, as a new bunker now being placed down.
Yeah, and if this bunker finishes with a Reaper inside, it's going to be very difficult to take on with just Lings or drones, or if the Queen is about halfway done out of this hatchery as well. But this Reaper doing so much damage, those D8 charges just destroying this hatchery, and if that goes down, could be a huge loss for Zog. I mentioned that Zog would be safe from any sort of early harassment, but it looks like RuFF proving me wrong once again, and this bunker about to finish, the second Reaper on the way, and this is really bad for a Zerg player.
Yeah, this is absolutely really, really bad. A supply depot now being added, insult to injury. SCV taking a bit of damage, trying to jump inside the bunker. It will be able to do so. That Queen does have the benefit of 1 armor, so that the Reapers are only dealing 6 damage per attack, but he wasted a lot of the hit points on the Queen. Normally what you have to do in order to shut down a bunker like this is you need to send in the Queen first, and then bring in the Zerglings behind it, so that the Zerglings are able to actually tank some of that damage, and in comes the rest of these units there. Down goes the Queen, and RuFF may win with this proxy bunker and shut down the hatchery. Yes, it is going to get shut down. The Broodlings now trying to make their way over, not going to really make a dent at all in the bunker, and now RuFF pretty much up with an expansion halfway completed, and it looks like RuFF just constantly proving us wrong, trying to go for a fast expand here on Tall Dream Altar.
Yeah, and he's expanding behind this pressure, so it's not the one basic play that we've seen from him before, and now Zog sacrificing a lot of things to that bunker and the Reapers, but the damage has already really been done. The Terran is about to finish up this command center. He's going to have double mules shortly, and we'll see if Zog is able to recover. Now starting up his hatchery, he's going to hope that he can do some damage with these speedlings as they make their way across the field, but RuFF has this complete wall off. There are no banelings on the way, and he does have Marines back here to shoot as well.
Yeah, in addition to this, RuFF also going to be transitioning into Hellions with that blue flame tech. So, Reaper rush into blue flame Hellions, and the problem is going to be whether or not Zog only produces more and more Zergling. Those Zerglings melt away at Hellions. As Hellions, they do mass up rather quickly, but RuFF this time around only running off of one factory. A Zergling trying to test the front door waters, knows that the bunker is not up and running just quite yet. And the army compositions, RuFF is in the dominant position right now with 4 Marines in a bunker, 2 Hellions, with a third now being trained, and also an extra factory.
And we do have a Baneling nest on the way for Zog, so it looks like he's going to take this opportunity to be aggressive himself, go for a bust here. Part of this wall is made up of just supply depots, so a few Banelings can take that down, a few more Banelings can take down the bunker, and if RuFF just goes for Hellions here, Banelings shooting or exploding on those as well can be very powerful, as Hellions are light units, so Zog going to have an opportunity here for a Baneling bust. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it.
Yeah, Zog now also trying to believe power drone, now sitting on 24 drones, not power droning, but getting 10 Banelings now. So those 10 Banelings are running straight into the weakest part. I believe that those Banelings could have actually been in a better position. The Banelings need to find their way, make sure that they don't get within range of that bunker, and it looks like, yes, it is going to now try to come in, and the front door is busted. The bunker a little bit too close, and now the Zergling's able to run through and now get some damage onto these SCVs. SCVs are fighting back. The Hellions now coming back to just try to even up the score, and it looks like Zog has, I believe, dealt a little bit of damage. Yes, and now he is ahead in terms of workers, 26-30, but those Hellions are now moving across the field.
Yeah, Zog really wishes that he didn't lose the 1 or 2 Banelings there to the bunker fire, as you mentioned. Could have come in from that different angle, and I think a Baneling or 2 on those SCVs could have definitely put him well ahead. But now RuFF is going to have the opportunity to apply pressure himself. He's got these 5 Blue Flame Hellions, and he's going to be able to do some damage against the drone line of Zog.
Yeah, the Hellions are now running around. It looks like the Banelings may be able to perhaps splash, get some damage as well. 2 Hellions now down, and it looks like one more Baneling trying to detonate will not be able to do so. Now that Baneling very low on hit points, it may get taken down. The Baneling taking a different route, may be able to perhaps cut off, and now there it goes. And now pretty much finishing off the rest of those Hellions. And now this is a very even game, 34 workers compared to 29. But there are currently 2 mules in play for RuFF.
Yeah, he was able to take down 4 drones there. Actually, a lot of Banelings there were used in that first explosion to take down just a Hellion or 2. I think he lost 3 Banelings. And then I think it was a mistake for RuFF to get back on the creep. I know he wanted to get onto the drone line in the main, but he would have been able to kite a little bit better, and now we have more and more Hellions coming in here, trying to roast some drones, down go a bunch of drones. So RuFF definitely taking the worker lead at this point, 35-30, as these Hellions still doing huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, and now the Hellions are going to get finished off there, but we may need an additional Spine Crawler or perhaps an Evolution Chamber to do the wall off. That is a common tactic that I've seen a lot more Zerg players use. The Evolution Chamber, something that any good Zerg player needs to have. It is a relatively cheap building, so if you do lose it, as long as you're not in the middle of researching, it's really no harm and no loss there. Zog really needs to stay up on top of his spawn larva. He does have a little bit of extra energy on his queens, but with that, he should also be laying down some creep tumors and making sure those Banelings are able to engage what will be even more Hellions now moving out.
Yeah, and as a Zerg player, you never know when the Hellions are going to stop, so you don't want to overcommit and make a ton of Spine Crawlers. Walling off, definitely a good idea, since it often involves buildings you'd make anyway, but I mean, you don't know whether there's going to be a third set of Hellions, and it looks like there is going to be a third set. 5 more coming in here. Able to roast 1 drone, a 6th joining the pack. So if they're able to make it past these Spine Crawlers, they could do a ton of damage. Right now, there is 1 Baneling on the field, so focusing that down with the Hellion could be very good. And now we have some Marauders as well, and they will be able to focus down these Spine Crawlers quickly.
Yeah, the Queen just holding position and then getting destroyed there. The drones now attempting to run away. It doesn't look like much is going to be happening as Zog attempting to just save all of these drones, and the Hellions along with Marines and Marauders were able to lay waste to this natural expansion. And I believe that's going to be all she wrote. RuFF coming in with the all kill, may be able to get a lot of damage. The Baneling trying to scamper over, and there's the GG.
Wow, so RuFF going through 2 whole teams there, Team Imba as well as all of his vVv teammates, Titan, Hasu, and then Zog. A very impressive showing from the Terran player vVv RuFF tonight on Wednesday Night Starcraft.